Welcome to the 47th edition of the TAC Rally in Tielt in Belgium. It's the third round of the Kroon Belgian Rally Championship 2022 and it promises to be an exciting one. 14 stages here. Unfortunately, some of the contenders for the title are absent, and that is because the rules of the Belgian Championship, 10 rounds, but you can only take into account 7 of them. That's why Championship leader Stefan Lefebvre is not here, but the runner-up is Gino Bux, and he wants to take the lead in the championship. And he starts very well, Bux, with a fastest time on the opening stage. One of his main contenders might be Maxime Petit, fighting for podium positions in the Belgian Championship. Probably something he did not expect before the start of the season. But the former circuit driver is doing very well with his Citroën. Here's Vincent Verschuren, the Belgian champion of 2017, in his first round of the 2022 Kroon BRC. Verschuren is a real local here, knows these roads very well, and look at the speeds they get here. Over 180 kilometers an hour on these very narrow roads. Quite impressive. A good start for Verschuren as well, with the fastest time in the second stage. Here's another driver who wants to perform well, Niels Reinvoet. Had a big crash last year. Still trying to get a good comeback at the wheel of the Skoda of the Peter Chuden racing team. And here's Peter Jan-Michiel Krakow with a new car for this year. It's a Hyundai i20, the former car of Greg Munster. And Krakow is still getting the grips with the car, but he performs well. Setting top 3 times here on the Tielt roads. Sébastien Bedoré, runner-up in the Belgian Championship 2 years ago. 3 years ago, I should say, in 2019. With a new car for the season, Ford Fiesta, but the car is still lacking some evolutions. So Bedoré is on a back foot here, trying to meet the times of the front runners. This Skoda is in the hands of German Rostek. Dennis Rostek with co-driver Michael Wenzel. Inside the top 10 in the opening loop of 4 stages. And here's Tim van Parijs at the wheel of his well-known Porsche. Always very spectacular. And Van Parijs is competing in the Master Cup as well for drivers over 50. Let's enjoy a ride with his 997. Van Parijs leading the GT category after the first loop. He has 12 seconds in hand over Glenn Janssens in the 991 GT3 Porsche. Robin Maas is in third. It's been a long time since Maas has driven this car. But still, he performs well. In the Clio Trophy, this is Camille Mazin in her first rally ever in the Kroon BRC. Unfortunately, she goes off in stage 3. Clio Trophy is led by Benoit Verlinde. He has 4 seconds in hand over Jeroen Catelin. In the junior category, Jonas de Wilde is in second at the wheel of his Peugeot 208. But Gilles Pique is leading emphatically.
Heel goed, beter dan dat we...
Yeah, everything is going well, better than we expected. It's a very good car. In these slippery conditions, we have to be careful though. Robin Maas, third in the GT category with his impressive Porsche.
Voorzichtig, zeer glad.
We're driving very careful because it's very slippery on the roads, and we have to find the right setup. It's been 3 years since I've driven this car, and it's not really easy, but we're doing well. Here's Patrick Sneyers in a small Ford Fiesta Rally 3, having fun, just like Tim van Parijs. Both competing in the Master Cup of drivers over 50, of course. Is because of a penalty is only in 10th, but Van Parijs is in second in that Master Cup. Master Cup which is led by Bert Koenen at the wheel of a Ford Fiesta R5.
Ja, we zitten hier in de categorie.
I think we're in the Master Cup, I think. Yes, indeed. As you can see, I know silver hairs. For the moment, we're 1 and 2. It's good fun to do this together. Tim made 2 small mistakes. I think he will rectify them. I don't know. You're pretty quick. We're not written off yet. And we still have number 1. Yeah, the organization gave us number 1. We couldn't start first, though. But I'm starting right behind Bert so I can keep an eye on his times. Here is Bert Koenen. With, the impressive Ford Fiesta. He's in 6th overall as well. Gino Bugs, though, in stage 3, he has to retire from the lead with a broken gearbox. It's very unfortunate. We have a gearbox that was broken in 1.5 kilometers from the end of the stage. We had to slow down and park the car after that. Here is the other Skoda of Rostek, is in 10th overall. Sebastian Bederay getting the grips with the Ford Fiesta is in 5th. Not really the place Bederay wants to be. He knows he has a lot of work to do.
C'est assez compliqué pour nous.
It's very complicated for us. We don't have all the evolutions on the car. So we knew that beforehand, of course. So we're focusing now on the setup of the chassis and try to make the car as fast as possible. And we hope we get the evolutions for the next round, the Rally de Wallonie, and hope the evolutions will be there. Niels Rijnvoet is in 4th, the wheel of his Skoda.
Ja, ik denk dat we 4e staan.
Yeah, I think we're in 4th. Vincent is already way ahead, but with 3 drivers in a couple of seconds, so it promises to be a very exciting battle for 2nd place. It wasn't the goal before the start of the rally, but we'll see what it brings, and we will try to focus on that. Maxime Petit is in 3rd now, 7 seconds ahead of Rijnvoet.
Le parcours est assez difficile, c'est la première fois qu'on...
It's a very difficult stage. It's the first time we come here. The different levels of grip, the different corners is something to analyze because we don't know how big the margin is, and there's a big difference between the recce and the actual rally. It goes pretty well for the moment. I have to work a bit as well because we tried to go to the limit, but on some corners we already are on the limit, so it's very difficult to find out, and we can't go off, of course, but I'll try to make progression and have a lot of fun. Michiel Quacco is in 2nd now.
Voor de toeschouwers, voor de fans zal het wel zeer spannend.
I think for the fans it will be very exciting for the fight for 2nd with Maxime, Rijnvoet and myself, a couple of seconds away. It's unfortunate for Gino that he had to retire, but that's part of the rallying. And the leader is Vincent Verschuren. Has almost 34 seconds in hand after the first loop of 4 stages. Pretty high speeds there again.
De eerste proef was zeer glad.
The first stage was very slippery, very treacherous. We had the hard tires as well, so it wasn't to our advantage. But after that, we could push a bit more once it got a bit warmer. For the moment, we're leading. It's far from over yet. Everybody can make a mistake here, and you can even go off without really trying too hard. So we'll see what it brings. And these are the standings after the first loop. Verschuren leading from Quacco, Potti, Rijnvoet in 4th, then Bederay, Koenen, Chilpeak and Tim van Parijs. And now we'll have a word with Leon Tenove, the marketing manager of Kroon Oil. We wanted to join the Belgian Rally Championship because it's motorsports on the highest level, and the Belgian Championship, well, Belgium, just like the Netherlands, is our home market. It's a growing market, and this way we want to show that we want to join very capable partners. It's the end of part 1. See you after the break. Back in Tielt for the TAC Rally, the third round of the 2022 Kroon Oil Belgian Rally Championship. It's also a round for the M Cup, reserved for the BMWs. It's Philip Blommers leading there. Kurt Brakeveld was the early leader, but he lost a lot of time in stage 5 and he dropped down the order. Sound you know from a distance. It's the Porsche, the one of Glenn Janssens, who unfortunately had to retire during the second loop. That promotes Henry Schmelcha through third. He's fighting hard with Robin Maas for the first runner-up spot. Difference between the red and the yellow Porsche is only 25 seconds, with 6 stages to go. Anything is still possible there. Let's enjoy a ride with Maas and co-driver Chris de Bizet. Leading the GT category though is still Tim van Parijs. Also in 6th overall and now leading the Rally Master Cup. A good second loop then for Tim van Parijs and co-driver Kurt Hendricks. The overall rankings, German Dennis Rostek is in 10th now. He's only 6/10 of a second away from this man though. Paul Lietard with his very powerful Opel Ascona 400 leading the historic rankings. In that historic category he has 43 seconds in hand over Peter Jan Meijert, and still leading the junior category Gilles Pic in his Clio, and he is an 8th overall as well with his small Rally 4.
En nog een keer rechts 12, 50, rechtsrem voor links 28 aan boom couperen. Rechtsrem voor links 28 aan boom couperen.
Bert Koenen losing the leading spot in the Rally Master Cup. Everything is going well. Since Thursday evening and the shakedown, have a good feeling. It's a rally we know well. We've done it a couple of times. Everything feels well. And as we said before, Tim is a bit quicker than us, so we can't keep up. But we're having fun. Sebastian Bedere trying to get to grips with the Ford Fiesta. Not easy though.
On avance, on continue sur notre plan.
Yeah, we're making progress. We're continuing our plan. We're trying a lot of things on the car that could make us quicker. We didn't do a long shakedown and we had to retire early in the South Belgian style. We still had to discover this car and find things we can improve before we can improve a lot more. So for the moment everything is going positively. Maxime Petit in 4th with his Citroën C3.
Oui, c'est une belle bagarre. On était.
Well, it's a good fight for a third spot. We're fighting with Krakow and Rainwood. But unfortunately, I made a small mistake. I spun, and that cost us a lot of time. So we've lost a lot of time in this second loop. But for the moment, we're trying to have fun and trying to learn the stages and find the limits and the different levels of grip. There's Rainwood now in third.
De tijden zijn beter, komen dichter.
Yeah, times are getting better. We're getting closer. The confidence is getting better as well. I'm pretty happy with the last loop. Now, if we can improve our speed a bit more, then but we won't take too many risks. I think we have to be happy coming back from a long way after our crash. So everything's going well. Michiel Krakow in second now at the wheel of his Hyundai i20, switching from a Skoda, remember.
We zijn op dit moment tweede.
I think we're second for the moment. Okay, you have to be realistic. It's impossible to catch Vincent. I think he has 50 seconds lead, which is a lot. So we still have a big margin to do for the next round. Sander Schuren doing well at the wheel of his VW Polo. He hasn't won a round of the Kroon BRC with this car yet, so this might be a premiere. If you don't have any bad luck, keep on a good rhythm, no punctures. For the moment, everything is going well, but a small mistake is you can make it very quickly here, and it can change everything. The best we can do is don't take any risks and keep up the speed. These are the standings after 8 stages. Verschuren now has 54.8 seconds in hand over Krakow. Then it's Rainwood, Potti, Bedore in 5th, followed by Van Parijs, Koenen and Gilpik in 8th. 6 more stages to go in the TAC Rally, 1 loop of 4 for the 3rd time. In the M Cup, Chris Algood will finish in 2nd at the wheel of his BMW 1M Coupe. But the win goes to Philip Lommers with some 50 seconds in hand. In the Clio Trophy, Danish driver Casper Nielsen will finish in 3rd after a great fight with Jeroen Catalan. But the win goes to Benoit Verlinde. Great win in the opening round of the Clio Trophy Belgium 2022. The junior rankings, Jonas de Wilde takes the points of 2nd place. He had no chance of competing with Gilles Pic, though. Finishes 2 minutes behind Pic. Great first round with a Rally 4 then for Gilles Pic, finishing in 7th overall as well. In the GT category, Robin Maas holds on to 2nd position, holding off Henry Schmelcha just under 20 seconds. The win in GT category and the Master Cup goes to Tim Van Parijs. With 2 stages to go, Bedore is still in 5th. He's been in no man's land, can't compete for the podium positions at the moment. But other drivers can. Krakow drops to 4th after a penalty of 30 seconds after changing the clutch at the service park. But he still has a chance to finish 2nd because he's only 8 seconds behind Niels Rainwood, who's in 2nd. Maxime Potti has 3 seconds to make up to Rijnvoet. Anything is still possible in the final two stages for positions 2, 3 and 4. But the win will probably go to Vincent Verschuren with 2 stages to go. He has a minute and a half in hand already. Great loop again for Verschuren. There you see the rankings for Verschuren, and then Rijnvoet, Potti and Krakow very close together, followed by Bedrij, Van Parijs, Bert Koenen and Dennis Rostek up to 8th. Final 2 stages then. In the historic category, the second place goes to the BMW of Pieter Jan Meijert. But Paul Alita was unbeatable, finishing in 8th with his Opel Ascona, 8th overall, and winning the historic category, and 3rd in the Master Cup as well. Gilles Pic, an excellent 7th place overall, and great points for the Belgian Junior Championship as well. Jan Michiel Krakow tries his best in the final 2 stages, but makes a mistake and has to retire.
100 remmen voor de oprit, rechts 25 schieren. Even links en links 30, diep couperen. 70. Rechts 15, licht couperen à fond, links à fond.
That means that the fight for the runner-up position is won between Maxime Potti and Niels Rijnvoet. But here's what happens to Potti in the very last stage. The suspension of his Citroën breaks and he gets to the finish of the stage, but he can't continue on the road section, so he has to retire as well. Important podium points get lost for Potti then. That means that Tim van Parijs with his Porsche finishes in 4th overall. And Sebastian Bedrij gets a podium finish in 3rd. 2 minutes and 38 behind the winner. But a good result nevertheless. Niels Rijnvoet is the only one of the 3 pretenders for the podium places who didn't make any mistake in the final 2 stages, claiming a well-deserved 2nd spot. And problems for Vincent Verschuren in the last stage. A bit of power loss on his Volkswagen, but he still wins it.
Ja, want de power was weg op de laatste.
It was a bit scary in the final stage. I had an immense power loss. I only got 100 kilometers an hour. I had to do a reset, and it worked, fortunately. So we're here. You see, it's only over when it's over. Congratulations from Gabi Goedezunne, the team manager of Vincent Verschuren. And here are the final classifications of the TAC Rally 2022. Vincent Verschuren wins it from Niels Rijnvoet and Sebastian Bedrij. Then it's Van Parijs, Rostek in 5th, Bert Koenen in 6th from Gilles Pic and Paul Alita. Standing still the favourite leader, Verschuren up to 4th, and Potti and Rijnvoet in 6th with 18 points. That was it for the 3rd round of the 2022 Kroon Oil Belgian Rally Championship. The next round, Rally de Wallonie, at the end of this month. See you then.